Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be installing DCC in this Brawa Bombardier Talent, or for you Ottawa area people, the Ottawa O train. Anyways, we're going to be putting DCC in this unit. The other day, I went to the hobby shop and bought a decoder for it. These things are damn expensive. This cost me 35 Canadian dollars, and 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, I was able to buy decoders for like 15 bucks. Now, I have no doubts that this decoder is a lot better than the decoders I was buying 8 years ago, but still, these things are expensive. So, it might have cost me an arm, but it didn't cost me a leg, and it will probably do a good job at being a decoder. So, let's get around to installing this thing. Anyways, the thing that inspired me to actually do a decoder install on this thing was, you guys might remember a few months ago, I bought another one of these train sets for $900. Now, when I bought that thing, I thought it had some small mechanical issues. It turned out it had major circuit board issues, so I decided to sell it off to some unsuspecting fellow. So now it's their problem. But I learned a lot on, through the process of trying to fix it up, of what kind of decoders these things have, and I found out that these very basic 8-pin decoders apparently work with them. So I thought, hey, why don't we give this thing a little upgrade? So to open this thing up, I believe you just kind of gently pry up around the side, just as if you were taking the shell off of a locomotive. Might need to do this with both hands here. And just kind of look at that, and there we go. We're right inside the locomotive. Here's the old decoder, and no way, it's got a date on it. Okay, well, let's see what that is. So we're just going to try to gently kind of pry up. And there's the DC decoder. Yep, DC engines in some cases have decoders. And this is some weird code, but this was made December 10th, 1999. Check that out. December 10th, 1999. So this probably rolled out of some separate factory out in China. Well, December 10th, it was at least made there, and it probably rolled out a few months later. So it's safe to assume that this locomotive was probably, this train set was probably made sometime around 2000, 2001 type era. Probably around early 2001 would be my guess. So that's kind of cool, because that's around when the real O train arrived in Ottawa. Anyways, to install this thing, we're gonna, I believe it goes this way. I could be wrong on this, but we'll see how that works. Maybe it's meant to go the other way. I don't know. You can test it both ways, I guess. I think if you get these backwards, though, you can have issues, so we have to be very careful. So just temporarily, we're going to try putting it in this way, and we'll see if it accepts it just on a very short amount of time. Hopefully not enough time to do any damage. It would really suck if I burnt up a $30 decoder, but I guess there's really only one way to find out. Alright, so we've got that all wired up. We're going to try giving it some power, so it works. Let's see, does function 10 work? Weird. Alright, so I just flipped the decoder around, and as you can see, it still works. Apparently it works either way, but I wasn't too happy with the lights not coming on. Now that I flipped the decoder around, if I press function 10, you can see the lights come on, so I'm going to assume this is the right way to do it. And you can see we've even got the backlights on. And when we change it, you got the reversing lights, and the headlights come on this side, so I think we've done it right. Now we just need to get this decoder seated somewhere, well, amongst the seating properly, and put the shell back on. Alright, so I've decided to put it right here. Once we get the shell on, this should be pretty good. Just got tons of space, so if it gets a bit warm, it can kind of vent a little bit. So that should be good. Alright, so now that we've got her all wired up, I think it's time for some running. Very smooth acceleration. I quite like that. And you can see this unit still has plenty of pep if we put the hammer down. Well, folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm very happy with how this very basic DCC install turned out. And I guess I'll be able to run this train set at the club layout if I so wish at some point. So that's a benefit as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.